What a game the Tide had last week. Could Alabama be back? And the lady that said if she won the Mega Millions that she was going to buy Kalen DeBoer's contract out, should she wait a little bit longer? Tune into this week's Waterboys College Football Show to find out more. We're going to talk about it right now. Can we roll the Tide again, baby? Is the Clemson Tide, Alabama, Crimson Tide, there we go. Is the Crimson Tide, Alabama, are they back? I mean, they had a pretty decent game last week against UL Monroe, and I'm pretty glad that they did because Blackstone Cherry played the next night with ZZ Top. They're about 7 minutes away from the stadium, and a lot of the fans there looked like they were a little bit happier after the game when they were rocking out with us the next night. I know it's only week 2. Time will tell. They got Wisconsin coming up soon on the next game. Yeah, September 13th. Wisconsin's coming up for the Crimson Tide. Jet, what do you think? You think Bama's back? Is it too soon for old girl to want to pay DeBoer's buyout if she wins the Mega Millions? You think she should hold on to her money a little bit longer?
Steve, I got one more to say to you, brother. I don't give a piss about nothing but the time. Nah, dude, they're not back. No, they're not.
Blitz, Bama, blitz.
It is not my boy Willie. No, it's Louisiana Monroe.
Sorry, Willie.
You should have beaten the brakes off of him. Why are we
Ty
in this
Simpson
thing?
was perfect.
He was perfect, but he should be. It's Louise. What are we talking about? We've got Clemson going toe to toe with Troy, staying within over Oklahoma, and we're trying to give a pat on the back to Alabama after they got their freaking face kicked in by Florida State earlier already. No, you don't get a consolation trophy. Go out and beat a ranked team with some real talent on that team that's going to really push you, and then come talk to me. Alabama's not bad. It's not. I can't do it.
Strez, let me ask you this. How much hotter will DeBoer's seat get if he loses this coming Saturday to Wisconsin?
It'll be on fire if he loses this game to Wisconsin. After seeing the way that the Tide played in this game, and again, I know it's UL Monroe. I've got a special place for the Warhawks in my heart. Played a football camp down there when I was trying to get recruited out of high school. But, like, they gave up 148 yards on defense. They went for 583 yards on offense. 73 points, nothing given up on the other side. I think the conversation that we might need to be having about that week 1 game against Florida State is how good is Florida State this year? Like, maybe Alabama is not quite what Alabama had been under Nick Saban for all those years, but I think Alabama might still be in the conversation for potentially working their way back into the SEC championship game and finding a way to make something happen. But it's going, like, I'm going to hold off on saying that they're back until after I see what they do against Wisconsin and Luke Fickell when they come to town. Because that game it's in Alabama this week, isn't it? Yeah, Wisconsin goes to Alabama this week. So if they lose to Wisconsin at home, I'm out. I'm selling all the Bama stock, and I'll buy some more Powerball tickets for that lady to buy out Kalen DeBoer's contract, because my oh my, how far they will have fallen if they do lose this game to Wisconsin.
And I'm looking here at a press quote post game from Kalen DeBoer. It's all we could control was what was in front of us, DeBoer said after the game. It sucks to learn lessons or whatever you want to call it. It is what it is, but these guys did it. Now they got to do it again. They got to have the discipline to do it over and over again. Their resilience is probably the thing that I'll take away from them, because their response was not timid in any way. It was with power. It was with aggression and with pride. That took a hit last week. talking about week one. All that was something that really came into play as far as what you saw tonight and how they responded. Was also reading something here about where'd it go? Nick Saban also said that you never want to waste a failure, and Dobert echoed that in the postgame following Saturday's dismantling of the Warhawks, and the team has seemed to have gotten that message. So, what's the chances that you can say they can take this momentum? Because sometimes maybe you play a smaller ranked team or a team that's not even ranked at all, a team like UL Monroe, maybe that helped them fire more on some different cylinders they weren't firing on before in week one. Maybe it was a great opportunity for maybe some of the young players to kind of work some things out as opposed to trying to work it out playing a team like Georgia or LSU or something like that. So can they take some of this momentum jet from week 2 into week 3 against Wisconsin? What do you think?
I mean, I think in any win, like in big win, you can. I think for Ty Simpson, I like Ty Simpson. I really do. And I think him getting going is a big deal, even considering what I had just kind of went on a rant about. But I think it's really going to come down to how healthy, how quickly can we get Ryan Williams? I mean,
yeah. I haven't seen any updates about his concussion either. At this point
they're saying
so.
midweek that they're going to get another update. So I think a big win like that only bodes well for your guys that you're trying to get healthy. And how healthy can Alabama stay? Because going down with a concussion, as we know, Shrez, you know better than anybody, being the former college football player, you get one, it's a lot easier to get the next one and the next one.
It is real easy. It's like the Jello in the bowl doesn't stop shaking quite all the way until a couple weeks after. But yeah, no, I think you're both right. And two, another thing to add to that is, like, speaking from like experience as a fan of a team who lost a game that they should not have lost at the end of the season last year, propelled them to go on a streak. Ohio State has beat 5 straight top 10 teams after losing that game to Michigan last year. Like, dating back to last season and then beating Texas in week 1. 5 straight top 10 teams that Ohio State has beat. And sometimes when you lose that game that you probably shouldn't have lost, it kind of sets you on a trajectory for the rest of the season, because we know, like, everybody with eyeballs knows that Alabama has insane talent on their football team. They always have, they always will. It's just Alabama football. But is the talent being used properly? Is the talent ready to play on Saturdays? That's always the question. And I feel like they may not have been ready for that Florida State game because they didn't take Florida State as seriously as they should have, because I'm pretty high on Florida State right now. I think that they might be the ACC champions this season. I think that Florida State is going to handle business when they have to play Clemson later this season. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. And again, like, it's all going to depend on what they do with Wisconsin coming down and playing this game this weekend. Yeah,
it doesn't get any easier for the Crimson Tide either, because after Wisconsin, they roll right into a game against Georgia, who's ranked higher than them. Vanderbilt's coming back up after Georgia. Very excited about that one. See if old Vandy can knock them off again this season. It's going to be interesting to see what happens for the old Crimson Tide this year. Year 2 for Kalen DeBoer. Will he make it all the way to the end of this season? And how many more seasons does he got left there at the Crimson Tide? Who knows? But make sure you tune in to the Waterboys College Football Show. Every week we're giving you the rundown, and we can't wait to talk more about what's going on there in Tuscaloosa and everything else in college football land. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Steve. There's Strez, Jet. Aaron couldn't be with us this week. Send your prayers, good thoughts towards him. Hopefully he'll be back with us next week. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And, hey, we'll see you on the next episode.